most of the 1v3s, if you lose it as the one player, you usually lose 15. And all the other players get 5. So to lose 10 is not the worst thing to happen. Oh man, I'm hoping I can get out of here. Actually, I'll have no choice, because if I would have rolled higher, then I would have been where that pipe is. Yeah, like I said, just some of these ways you have to go to get these stars are just a bit crazy. I can't believe Wario did that. Like, move the doors. Just gave Wario no chance of going over there. Just why? Why would you... Just why would you do that? This minigame I've always felt is really weird. It's like a race to the finish, but it's also not. Because, like, I don't see why at some points you, like, don't move as fast as some of the other players. I guess if you move left and right. But as long as you kind of always hold diagonal up and right, you should be in the lead. And as long as you, like, land on this platform first, I missed. I'm pretty sure as long as you land on this final platform first, you win. So sometimes I try to jump early to land on it. I don't know if there is actually strategy to that or not, if that makes sense. I feel like that's how it works. It's not like whoever crosses the finish line first. It's like whoever lands on the platform first. You would think that, you know, crossing it first would win you the game, but again, I don't think it does. I mean, you probably will land on it first if you do cross it first. Anyway. Man, they keep stealing my coins. It's a rough day for DK in this... in Luigi's engine room. Luigi's engine room. Oh my goodness. So, as of this recording, Super Mario Party Jamboree was announced since the last recording, so in between parts 3 and 4 here. And when these parts start going up, that game will be, like, probably that game will be out by the time you see this, because I think it comes out like in late October. So yeah, that game will definitely be out at this point. So hopefully it's decent, you know, I hope so. It actually brings back the board we played in the first part, which was Mario's Rainbow Castle. It seems like they're going in a direction where it seems to have some classic content and some new content into it. It's like it's kind of combining Superstars and Super Mario Party together, which is a good idea. It's kind of like the Mario Kart route, you know, like with how they have the retro tracks. So look at Peach and Luigi. Sorry, he couldn't get up on this blue platform. I like how they have a light blue platform and a dark blue. Like, it's not like one's not like purple or something. You know, they actually added accessibility for later versions of this game with symbols, so that if you suffer from any like color blindness or anything, then you're not just like, you know, screwed, which is pretty nice. But not the original game. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. I mean, we're obviously going to get it. You know, Madame Wario is a Mario Party fiend. That's a day one purchase for her. I don't know if it's a day one stream for her. Maybe it is. Oh, a sweet memory match. This is amazing game right here. Match the panels. But, you know, so we're obviously going to get that game. And, you know, when Mario Party... this Mario Party here, Mario Party 1, this was my favorite Mario Party for all my life until Mario Party Superstars came out. And then when that game came out, I was like, you know, I really do like this game more than the original one. And I know it's not a popular opinion to like the first one, but I really like all the mechanics in this one. Yeah, it's got some weird quirks to it. I kind of like the no items. Yeah, like it is better with the items. Don't get me wrong, but it's kind of like it's like a neat aspect to it. It just stands apart, and I like stealing coins from your opponents in like the 1v3 and the 2v2 games. I think that should have remained a thing. I don't know why it didn't. I also like the chance times appearing when you get a star on the boards like this where the star moves around, because it adds some more chaos into it. But, you know, those are some of the elements that probably get overlooked because this game has a bunch of stick-spinning mini-games and people don't like that too much. I was 1 coin away from being able to steal that star. I should probably steal from Luigi. I know technically he doesn't have the most coins. I mean, Peach only has 2 more coins. But he has a star. And so I wouldn't want him to get by Boo again and then be able to steal my star too. Which is unfortunate. I just got a poison mushroom, so I'm gonna miss my next turn. Man, poison mushroom is really bad. But yeah. Oh, that's sorry. Sometimes you just hit a commentary wall. You know, I've been recording for almost 30 minutes now, so it's I start running out of things to talk about. We're talking about Super Mario Party Jamboree. Actually, I was talking about how Mario Party Superstars is my favorite. My favorite entry in the series now, and I just think it just has so much. I love that you can play some of these classic boards with items that are from later in the series, so that's pretty fun. I also like the fact that there's just so many mini games in it that every time you play a board, you're not gonna roll a repeat, which is really nice. I always thought those little bottles were like mustard and ketchup, but that really wouldn't make much sense. I think those are just paint that like separates the players there. Kind of a little funny graphic design there. I didn't even talk about the mini game at all. But yeah, I really like all the stuff that is in Mario Party Superstars. Like, that really does make each game feel like a different one, and you won't get like the same. Like I said, you won't get the same mini games every time. Like there's 100. I think there's 100 mini games in that. And I think some of them are like only like the single player ones in like the mini game mode. But even without those, like it's probably still like you probably still have like 80 to 90 mini games that you're gonna get to choose from in any given board. So I think that's just really nice. And the turn count, you know, it only goes between like 10 and 30. You know, you can't have 50 turn games like in this. But that's to make up for the fact that turns just take longer. So, you know, everything's got to take longer nowadays. I don't know why. Like, that's like kind of my biggest problem with the GameCube Mario Party games is it feels turns just take like forever in that. And, you know, the fans of it out there know it too because there's patches you can get for the GameCube, like if you're playing on like Dolphin or something, to actually speed up the gameplay. So, and by gameplay, I more so mean not like the mini games themselves. The mini games themselves are fine, but more so just to do with like, just like rolling the dice and moving around the boards. It just feels like it takes forever. Like in this game, it's like, bam, you hit the number, you start moving, you know, and in GameCube, it feels like, you know, the dice block rolls, takes you like 4 seconds to jump up and hit the block, and then after the number shows, it feels like you move at like no speed at all. Like, that's kind of my problem with them. I don't know if 4 is like that because I don't really remember 4 too much, but I know the ones with the capsules starting with 5 are like that. Which weirdly enough, I like 5, and I don't really know why. I think it's just because it's like one of the only ones I rented. And I guess I just really enjoyed it. I also really like the Mario Mechs minigame that's in that, which has nothing to do with this, and we're just talking about completely different Mario parties at this point. But hey, we won Bowser's Balloon Burst, so we're not going to lose any coins. All we have to do is hit like A and Z back and forth. You can also do A and B, whatever floats your boat. Or I guess on the Pro Controller, it's A and ZL, so... I wonder why they chose to name the buttons that they did. Like, I get that they kept L and R on the controller, but they were determined to keep the Z button, and they're like, all right, well, there's 2 of them back here. We're gonna have ZL and ZR. But I guess I would rather it be L and R than like Z1 and Z2 or something like that. I'm gonna say Z a whole bunch because I am Canadian, but you know, Z. But yeah, they were just determined. They had to keep that. But I don't know. Like every console has a different way of doing that. Actually, the PlayStation is L1 and L2, which I think might be the easiest way to remember it, in my opinion. because the 1s are at the front and the 2s are at the back. I think that might be honestly the simplest way to remember which ones are the front and which ones are the back. And the Xbox, it's like you got the bumpers and the triggers, so you got LB and R and LT, you know, LT surge. So and I don't know, I guess I do remember those too, but for some reason ZR and R tricks me up, which doesn't make any sense. All right, here's Bowser's invention. He actually makes a coin for you, and you actually get it too. It's not like a trick, but the trick is that you have to pay 20 coins for it. So really, the Bowser event in this board, you actually only lose 19 coins at most, because you do actually get a coin, which I think is kind of neat. It's not like a gimmick. It's not like, oh, it's a chocolate coin or something, you know, like a foil wrapped one, chocolate loony. That's a thing that doesn't really transfer over to any other audience besides Canadians. we had those, like, you know, like at Easter time. I mean, you could get them at any time, but I feel like mostly at Easter. You'd get like a little, like one of those little mesh bags, and they'd be filled with chocolate loonies. I mean, you can get definitely like foil wrapped coins elsewhere, but they're not loonies. They're not based on something that you see every day. That's for sure. Although, you know, there are dollar coins in the US, but it's definitely not nearly as common. I like, one hand wish it was, but on the other hand, if they were, then all the vending machines and stuff would cost like loonies, and maybe even toonies. That's gotta be like one of the strangest adjustments to living in the US, is like having to put, I mean, like, okay, you don't have to put dollar bills in any machines because you could usually just use a card, you know, nowadays. But you know what I mean, like, the fact that you have to put a dollar bill into a machine, like, whereas normally, like, if I were going to a vending machine, I could put a loony or a toonie in. Like, it's just, that's like it's like so weird to me, like, having a bill for $1, which I guess Canada did have at one point, and they also had $2 bills. But those were basically long gone before I was around. I think I was around for the $2 bill, but not the $1 one. Okay, I was like, nah, let's make coins out of it. Oh boy, tug of war. I think we had this as a Bowser game, but oh, and I'm DK. I'm DK. Well, I am. I'm the one player. Oh man, come on. Oh, I was winning. Come on, I was winning. Oh, now I'm losing. Come on, run it back. Run it back. Run it back. Run it back, DK! I was really going in on that. And the Switch Pro Controller, not good for that. I feel like I was going even faster than I was at the beginning of the game when I was winning. That's that N64 rubber banding. That's what that is at its finest. If you don't know what rubber banding is, I don't know, it feels like it's super common in the N64 era with so many types of racing games and whatnot. But the idea behind rubber banding is you're doing so well that the AI decides that they're going to do even better now to compensate so that you feel like you're challenged. And, you know, there's some times where you're just doing so well that the AI still has no chance. But it's most definitely a thing, especially in Mario Party, like the bobsled minigame. But on Superstars, that's not a thing. Like, once you start going ahead, like, the other players don't catch up. But in this, you definitely catch up if you're behind. All right, let's see here. Peach hasn't gone yet. It doesn't even matter, right? Because, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go down, because that way we'll be in front of this machine that can let us change the doors, and depending on what I roll will determine whether or not I choose to change the doors or not. Hopefully it will work out in my favor, and I'll be able to, man, I just keep stealing my coins, and I'll be able to go over and attempt to get that star. We've been pretty unsuccessful so far. Remember how those first three turns, we had 2 stars. You know, turns 2 and 3, Luigi and myself. And now we're like, I think it's like 10 turns left, And this star has just been down here, just been unable to get at it. But Peach is here again? What did she roll? Did she get a mushroom or something? She was just here. She must have landed on a mushroom or something. I wasn't paying attention. Like she literally just did this. That was like last turn, wasn't it? She must have relied on like a mushroom or two. Oh man, I thought we were gonna get Bash and Cash. Now here's Paddle Battle. Like this one's probably worse than Tug of War because it goes on longer. But this is another one where it's kind of feels like it has some rubber banding because if you spin it like as fast as you can go, the AI will probably compensate. But if you kind of just go like at a gradual pace, the AI doesn't feel like it compensates as much. All right, so if we can kind of get some back and forth going here, I don't really want to go too nuts here. I don't really want to spin this control stick a ton because it's, you know, it's starting to hurt me a little bit here. I don't feel like I'm losing skin or anything, but I think I did lose coin. I think Peach actually, I think she got some coins out of that. But no, I think we all lost. I think we evened out. Yeah, because none of us celebrated. But no, it feels like my hand's burning a bit. We're burning some rubber spinning that control stick. Honestly, might be even worse than the N64 one. Spinning this one. You know what? You know what the best console had? Like, if you want to play a Mario Party game that has a spinning mini game in it, the best one is probably the 3DS Top 100 because it's the circle pad, and all you can do on that one really is spin with your thumb or your like index finger. So you're probably the least amount of pain from that one. Okay, so it looks like what we want to do is we want to activate the doors because that'll put the red doors down. It'll also block Peach from getting the star as well. So this will do both. So yeah, we're gonna do this. This is actually in our favor. We actually rolled pretty favorably too. A 9 is really good. That'll get us really close. We still do need a pretty good roll next turn. Looks like we need a 5. But I think that's better odds than, you know, that's a 6 out of 10 chance. Getting a 5 or higher. That's not too bad. So that's you know, we'll take those odds for sure. And you know, Peach won't get this. And hopefully, is Luigi in range to steal from Boo? Because if I give, because I'm on Luigi's team right now. If we get the win, he's gonna have enough coins to steal a star. Like, do I want to do this? I don't know where he is. We're gonna get smooshed by this thwomp. That was a bad idea. Alright, we're good. I think we'll win this. We'll actually win by crossing first, as opposed to, I'm pretty sure when me and Wolf played this, when the first time this was released on NSO, and we definitely didn't cross the finish line first, but we somehow won. It was cheating. We definitely cheated. I don't know how that happened.